Hey there, World Travelers, and buenos dias, aguas calientes.
So we are up bright and early. We're about to jump in line because we're headed to Machu Picchu today. The lines are really long. We're excited to get up there and really experience this today. And we have something special, you know, following that, heading back to Cusco.
Right.
But we need to get some coffee, we need to get in line, and we need to get this day started. So,
Let's
you ready
go.
to do this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Now you can certainly hike up to Machu Picchu from Aguas Calientes if you want. I mean, if you have a fresh pair of legs and a strong will, that might be something you can do, and there's many ways you can do it. But Dave and I decided to take the bus because we had just completed an incredible trek on one of the most beautiful Inca trails through Patabamba and Cusco, and our bodies were still recuperating from that. Besides, the plan today was to head to Machu Picchu and then go straight up to Intipunco or Puerta del Sol, Sungate, which by the way is a decent hike up, and then head back down into Machu Picchu, which is not a bad way of doing it. Now our bus ticket cost us roughly 120 soles, which is about $36.44, and that's one way.
So we made it in one piece. I would say that bus ride was the most intense, exciting bus ride. These bus drivers must drive this path 100 times a day because he was just dipping around corners that were so tight. I felt at times I was going over the edge.
Oh yeah, it's like we had a Mario Andretti pass another bus on the way up. It's pretty impressive. And he seriously passed another bus.
So
It's pretty
true.
awesome. And I gotta say, Tanya had the window seat, so
Yeah.
a few more oohs and ahs coming out from that side.
Yeah, a lot more oohs and ahs. But we're gonna have Dave take the window seat on the
Oh,
way
yeah.
down. And I want to see if we can get some oohs and ahs
Get a
out
little
of
hill
him.
faster going down.
Machu Picchu Citadel. And I have to say, we are super stoked. We were able to pass through so many of the lines because we have Robert.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Roberto.
You're getting us ahead of the
Quechua,
lines.
in official language, Anyay.
Anyay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyay.
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 That's good.
Anyay. Anyay. So pretty.
So this is amazing. This here, that is the top of Machu Picchu Mountain, and about 400 people a day hike up that particular mountain. And it's incredible if you look really closely, which you probably can't see. There's actually people currently already at the top of that mountain. Very impressive. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that today, but very impressive. Wow, this is quite a hike up, but it's nice because it's very sturdy. Very, if you pace yourself, you'll be fine. How you doing back there?
Oh, doing well. It's a great trail. The Incas did a heck of a trail here.
It's
Hand it to
unbelievable,
'em.
right?
It's amazing how cool it is in the shadow. The shady spots are so cool. You know, it's amazing how much the plants give shade
That's
underneath.
so true.
And you hit in that sun, and the sun is so strong.
So strong.
It's just, you know, my sweat just starts pouring to go out into the sun. But
Me
in
too.
the shade, you feel really cool. It just It really picks up the nice sweat on the arms and it cools it right down. Give me your lupins. Hand them over.
Lupins.
Lupins.
I'm feeling kind of lupin right about now.
Yeah, exactly.
Whew. I think we're getting closer, but every time I say that, there's another corner. All throughout the path, you do get these spots of shade. And like Dave was saying earlier, it's unbelievably cool and refreshing to allow you to regroup. Just want to stop here for a moment and just show you how beautiful this little smaller mountain, which is kind of eye level to the Machu Picchu Citadel. It's Putukuzi. And that just means happy mountain. And it's just gorgeous if you capture some of the beautiful mountains and views behind it. It's just spectacular. And right below, behind Putukuzi, is Aguascalientes. So it's just a really beautiful, picturesque. And we have to say thank you for having such a wonderful sunshine day to bring joy and energy to this famous and sacred spot that we're in. And if you kind of capture some of the back mountains on this side over here, and I'll show you in a minute that there's snow right up top. So it just kind of shows you the contrast between the mountaintops and how high that point must be.
Arrived at the Sun Gate after hiking the Inca Trail for 4 days and 3 nights. We have made it.
Woo.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. And a bus.
And a bus.
And this way over here, this path up when you enter the Sun Gate, there's different pathways. One takes you to Machu Picchu. This particular path here will take you to Cusco. So it's just amazing. And look at the stones. I mean, everything is so
well
intact and so well done. I mean, the Incas really knew what they were doing.
I know, incredible. It's a busy spot, but the views are fantastic. Really amazing views, and it's a great spot. It really, a bunch of trails come together here, and then you kind of lead into the main area of Machu Picchu. But it's really a gorgeous spot, and it's definitely a classic spot for photos.
How you feeling?
Doing all right, not
Yeah.
bad. It's you know, just our knees have taken a little bit of a beating. Yesterday we did a lot of downhill climbing, and so when you go downhill, the knees take the beating. So
They do.
I feel it a bit today as well. What about you, babe?
Oh, same. I'm in the same boat there. Feeling a little of the, definitely from the hike yesterday to today and the declines on both days. Knees are certainly feeling it. But I think what would be a nice reward is once we're on that train to get a couple of cervezas and a couple of pisco sours, which will numb all that pain in our knees.
Exactly. You guys boozing? Damn right we're boozing.
Damn right.
So this is a very special rock, and there's actually, they found 4 mummies actually in a cave right next to the sacred rock. So it's a really interesting spot here, and just one of the other amazing places around Machu Picchu.
So before heading down the one-way trek, we just want to say welcome to Machu Picchu. The incredible, spectacular views, the Inca stones, the ritual rocks, it's just the ceremonial rocks. It's just absolutely stunning here. So a couple of interesting facts we just learned about Machu Picchu here in particular is, one, when they're building the villages here like this, they're building them higher up, and the reason they put them higher up is to be closer to the gods. And if you notice, a lot of the pillars, which I'll show you in a minute, a lot of the pillars and how they build them, they had a great respect for nature. And so with that came the fact that instead of chopping down trees and building it the way they, I guess we would in the States, taking down trees, they build around them. And if you notice the terraces. And another really cool, interesting factor is you know, the Urubamba River flows on this side and kind of wraps around and around, which is kind of a waterway protection between the village here and that. And as Dave mentioned earlier, it's like double protection because you have the mountains that surround the village as well as the wall. So it's just an incredible fact here, and the many people that have died, you know, making these walls or broken their bones is just, it's unbelievable. So it's a great respect, you know, to be here and to witness this today. We're about to walk through the original entrance to the two temples. Woo, and I'm still trying to catch my breath from those stairs. Just learned here is this really interesting rock which has 4 points, almost similar to north, south, east, and west. And during the winter, which is our summer of June, it actually shapes the constellation that's called the Llama. So it's really interesting to see that point as well. It's almost like they're connected, you know, almost from the stars to the earth. They're connected.
What's this here? You know?
It's either, he said, it could be another ceremonial rock or it's a bed because this used to have like a roof.
I see, okay.
So we found what potentially could be a bed, so I think Dave's gonna go over there and take a nap.
So cozy.
All right, fine, I'm gonna go over there and take a nap. Hold that for me 1 second, please. Oh, just to relax.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just to relax for a minute. Okay, that's untied my face.
So we did it.
Oh yeah.
Machu Picchu, got to explore a lot of different parts. Yeah. Now we're actually heading to get some coffee. We only had 1 cup.
Right.
You know,
one
small
light
cup,
light
light cup for the day.
Yeah, we're gonna have some coffee, then we're gonna start boozing. All right, so now we're gonna get our passport stamped with Machu Picchu. Very nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Papa, official.